Yeah. Like on the floor. On the marble feedback. That's good. Oh, when I was in the green room, which Hank and I were in there, we were talking about how the last time that I was this nervous, I was getting married. And that ended after like 6 minutes. And this goes on much longer. So hopefully I won't pass out or anything. I just want to, first I want to say how grateful I am to Robin for that wonderful introduction, and to everyone social calendars, standing outside the side door that led into the band room and just talking. Most of my friends were in band, and most of my free time during school was spent within 20 feet of the band room, but I wasn't in band because I suffer from the kind of tone deafness that is generally associated with actual deafness. I was going to be 20 minutes late, which technically meant that I'd still be 10 minutes early for school itself. As she drove, Mom was asking me about classes and finals and prom. I don't believe in prom, I reminded her as she rounded a corner. I expertly angled my raisin bread to accommodate the G-forces. I'd done this before. Well, there's no harm in just going with a friend. I'm sure you could ask Cassie Heine. And I could have asked Cassie Heine, who was actually perfectly nice and pleasant and cute, despite having a massively unfortunate last name. It's not just that I don't like prom, I also don't like people who like prom, I explained. Although, in point of fact, this was untrue. Ben was absolutely gaga over the idea of going. Mom turned into school, and I held a mostly empty bowl with both hands as we drove over a speed bump. I glanced over the senior parking lot. Margot Roth Spiegelman's silver Honda was parked in its usual spot. Mom pulled the minivan into a cul-de-sac outside the band room and kissed me on the cheek. I could see Ben and my other friends standing in a semicircle. By the way, on the next page I kind of have to work blue, and I don't think I'm going to do that, so I'm going to skip around a little. So Ben and Q go to lunch together, and Radar doesn't have the same period of lunch, so it's just Ben and Q, and Angela walks up, Radar's new girlfriend. I was thinking about how Radar's parents actually are in the Guinness Book of World Records when I noticed a pretty African-American girl with spiky little dreads standing above us. It took me a minute to realize that the girl was Angela, Radar's, I guess, girlfriend. "Hi," she said to me. "Hey," I said. I'd had classes with her and knew her a little, but we didn't say hello in the hallway or anything. I motioned for her to sit. She scooted a chair to the head of the table. "I figured that you guys probably know Marcus better than anyone," she said, using Radar's real name. She leaned toward us, her elbows on the table. "It's a crappy job, but someone's got to do it," Ben answered, smiling. "Do you think he's, like, embarrassed of me?" Ben laughed. "What? No. Technically," I added, "you should be embarrassed of him." She rolled her eyes, smiling, a girl accustomed to compliments. "But he's never, like, invited me to hang out with you guys, though." "Oh," I said, getting it finally. "That's because he's embarrassed of us." I said, "You seem pretty normal. You've never seen Ben snort Sprite up his nose and then spit it out of his mouth." That looked like a demented carbonated fountain, he deadpanned. "But really, you wouldn't worry," Angela said. "I mean, we've been dating for 5 weeks and he's never even taken me to his house." Ben and I exchanged a knowing glance, and I scrunched up my face to suppress laughter. "What?" she asked. "Nothing," I said. "Honestly, Angela, if he were forcing you to hang out with us and taking you to his house all the time, then it would definitely mean he didn't like you," Ben finished. "Are his parents weird?" I struggled with how to answer that question honestly. No, they're cool. They're just kind of overprotective, I guess." "Yeah, overprotective," Ben agreed a little bit too quickly. She smiled and then got up, saying she had to go say hi to someone before lunch was over. Ben waited until she was gone to say anything. "That girl's awesome," Ben said. "I know," I answered. "I wonder if we could replace Radar with her." "She's probably not that good at computers, though. We need someone who's good at computers. Plus, I bet she sucks at resurrection." Without any warning. That is very pleasant. Jackie and Becky ask, "Are there ranks of Nerdfighters?" No. All Nerdfighters are created equal, and it's not like Animal Farm equal, where some Nerdfighters are created more equal than others. All Nerdfighters are really created equal. Kate asks, "Was Alaska a real person or based on a real person you knew in high school?" Yeah, but that real person's kind of me. Like, I would say that I'm more, like, my high school self is probably closer in terms of personality to Alaska than to anyone else in any of my books, because I was kind of reckless and not generally, I frequently forgot to be awesome, and I was moody, and I struggled a lot, at least until my senior year, the second half of my junior year. And in some ways, I like him. I'm just going to say it. Like, I watch that show, like, you know, you're flipping through the channels, and I'm like, oh, and then I stay. Stop a bunch of English soccer, get his catch, and Hannah Montana. And I'm just like, what will she do next?
When you have a brother, you just have to accept them first.
Yeah, you have to love me for me. Who all's going on the Nerdfighter tour, Hank? Is it like the Yeti going, Catherine?
Well, according to the official statement that has been adopted by many of the people making flyers for the Nerdfighter tour, is hopefully the Yeti.
Yes.
No, hopefully the Yeti. Hopefully Catherine and occasionally the Yeti.
Yes. Hank, me, hopefully Catherine, occasionally the Yeti. Very occasionally. She has this job, man. It's cute. Matt